A few weeks ago I made a bracelet out of plumbing solder and some paracord. This time I made it out of sterling silver. I'm starting with the wrist measurement. That'll come in handy when I form the bracelet. And here we have some sterling silver wire. It's 11 gauge. Chopping off a little bit of the end because that's going to cap the end of the bracelets. But to find the center of the wire, I'm just going to balance it. Once I find the center, then I'll do my snip. In case you're wondering, this wire cost $50 for 14 inches. It was $60 shipped, so it's about $4 an inch. To form the bracelet, I'll use a 4mm socket, and then I'll find the center point and mark it with a Sharpie, again using the balancing method. Now the round part of the arc is facing away from me as I bend it around the socket. This will help later on when I solder the ends together. Gently bend the ends towards the inside. Here's a form I laser cut out of 1/4-inch plywood. And that hole there is to help form the teardrop shape in the silver wire. You want to make sure your wire form is parallel with the jaws of the vise. Here it's a little bit off, so I have to loosen it up and then straighten it out. But now we're good to go. Keep the socket in place to maintain the form and squeeze it shut. Now we'll bend the teardrops over the socket. We want about 45 degrees. Same thing on both sides. We'll slip them right through each other, and after we have those together, we're going to go right back over to our vise, clamp on some vice grips, and pull the knot tight. This is stainless steel wire. It's specifically for jewelry making. It's almost like a third hand. What I'm going to do is wrap up the ends so that they stay together as I run a bead of solder down both sides. Here's the plumbing solder, typically for copper pipes, but we're using it for a bracelet. You'll need to use some flux paste. That keeps the metal from oxidizing. Then we'll place our solder, and afterwards we'll add some heat. Silver heats up very well, and you'll see it melt right into the joint. That's not going anywhere. Same thing on the other side, and same thing along the ends. Here's another wooden form. This one is based off the measurements I took earlier. And we're just going to form the wire right around. We'll fine tune it as we go. We'll clean up the ends and make them the same length. And then we'll hammer some of the same wire flat. And I'm going to use that to wrap the edges up. Here I'm using a diamond wheel in my mini lathe to square it up. Then we'll form it around the wire. Cut off what we need and then true the ends up with the file. Now I thought I was recording when I soldered these things on, but apparently I wasn't. But here I am shaping the ends. Another diamond wheel. Fine tune it with a hand file, and then load up my buffing wheel and give it a good shine. Okay, there it is. It's a square knot made from sterling silver wire. And in case you're wondering how to tie a square knot, this is the same knot you need to tie so your shoes don't come untied. Left over right, go around, and then right over left, and go around. There we go. And you can see here how it matches up with the bracelet.